Hello, Aku here again. Welcome to episode 61 of my Feed the Beast Ultimate Let's Play. Now, yesterday we put our fusion reactor down, and today I'm going to add the first bits to this. I'm going to actually step out of the Let's Play world just for a bit, and you'll see why in a second. If I go to a single player world, you see I've got a test world here, creative mode. I'm just going to jump in there a sec. I did a little bit of playing around in here yesterday, and I made a fusion reactor. Ignore the ectoplasm. I just didn't know what it was, so I made a little bit. What we've got here is a creative world, so I can fly. And I've set up a fusion reactor. I just got the initial power going with some solar panels there. But this is a fully built-up fusion reactor. It's that's the size of the thing. So back in my Let's Play world, you can see all I've got there is the fusion computer. Fusion reactor computer, is that what it's called? Fusion control computer. There we go. So that's the only thing I've got in the main world there. This is fully fledged, running. It's got loads of interdimensional storage units on it, putting power in. I'm going to explain what's going on with this one here, and then I'm going to start making the other one. But it's going to take a while because it's a hell of a lot of resources, hell of a lot. I mean, look at these. These are all the advanced casings that put that to cheat mode. And I don't want to be in creative. I want to be in. There we go. Cheat mode. These are all the advanced casings that you put where your blast furnaces and stuff. So if you look at that, it needs a hell of a lot of these things. A hell of a lot. So basically, I'm going to run through the basics of what's going on here. Fusion control, computer control thing, that's that grey box there. Then, pretty much behind that, you see it's one off the ground, well, it's two off the ground in this case, but behind that there is fusion coils, and there's a ring of fusion coils that goes right round inside here, and the fusion coil ring is completely, let me just get a grabby chest. So I can fly, and a solar lid. Let's put that today as well. Make it a bit easier. Solar lid, where are you? There it is. That'll let me fly around a little bit. There we go. So you can't actually see any of the fusion coils, but there's a ring of them inside all these casings. So you end up with the fusion coils completely hidden with casings. So, and these casings aren't cheap. Let's take a quick look at them. So I've not actually worked out how many casings there is yet. We need 32 fusion coils. Casings, you get 4. I didn't mean to do that. Let's recipe mode. Okay. Casings, each 4 casings takes 10 chrome and some titanium. And I'm using steel machine hulls while I'm making them. But as you can see, this thing takes a shit ton of chrome. Considering that it takes about 200 chrome just for the fusion coils, and then there's all these casings that go around the fusion coils. Now, the way you do it is, once you've got your fusion coil set up, you can have a number of producers of plasma. Now, these go on the 4 points, the 4 compass points. So you see here, we've actually got our computer at the west. We've also got material extractors and material injectors at the east, south and north points as well. So I think you can have it just so you've got them set at 1. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can have it just so you've got them set at 1. So these are optional, these extra ones. I've actually got, this is a full setup, so it's got as many material extractors and injectors as you can fit on the damn thing. So you see these have all got 10,000 plasma in them, helium plasma. That's what it does. That's like 10 buckets, I believe, of helium plasma. Each bucket creates 8192 EU. So here you can see this is the only plasma that I'm actually using, and it's liquiduct into a thing called a plasma generator, which turns that into EU. So I'm just filling this this adjustable storage unit With that, that's not actually going anywhere, so it doesn't matter if I do that or not, but I might as well just put it up in case I send it anywhere. So all these are running off my interdimensional storage network that I've just got charging from those solar panels there. And so that little stack of solar panels is giving all these, so there's 16 interdimensionals, well 17, there's one on that charger mat there. That was just for charging this thing, portable scanner. I don't know if that's got an actual recipe. Oh, it has. Great. So this portable scanner, you can use this, it's like a advanced EU reader kind of. If we just got it down a sec, it runs out of power pretty quick. If you click on there, it shows you some details there. You can see quite a lot of details. If we click on one of these things, this is where your power goes into. You can see there it's got no power in it. That one's got 10 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 10 million. That one's got 0. That one's got 10 million. So it seems, I don't know, things are a bit weird. I don't mind telling you. This thing total, it can hold 160 million, is that? 160, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 160 million. So it's 10 million for each of these. So this is 4 in each corner. So there's 2 on that side and there's 2 on that side as well. These things are called, what are they called? Oops, Fiona. Fusion energy injector, that's the one. I believe so, yeah. Fusion energy injector. Possible upgrades M. M's the, let's look at one off Buildcraft power. That's quite cool. You can actually run a fusion power, build a fusion plant to actually run off Buildcraft power. I like that. I might do that in the next world. So it's quite hard to even explain it like this, but so just so you know then, so this is the bare minimum. I believe the bare minimum is the cluster around the control computer to be made of, not iron blocks. Come on, I'll turn creative off. What's going on? I always get confused doing this shit. There we go. Turn that back off. Let's go back to recipe one for the minute. So the cluster on the control computer has to have material injectors, material extractors, and then I've got them fed. I did that. I connected that straight to that to see if it'd feed it, and it wouldn't feed straight in. So I had to liquiduct it. It's going into that plasma generator. That one there, it won't feed straight into that plasma generator, so that's no good, it seems. This has also got stuff on the back as well, material extractors on the back. So you end up building like a little casing around the thing. It's got injectors underneath. So there's 4 injectors, there's 4 extractors. Inside that there's fusion coils, and then there's casings on the outside. So that's the bare minimum, and then you also need... Fie, idiot, what's going on? I was stuck under that. Then you also need at least... Oh, I don't actually know how many at least. The video I mentioned yesterday, I actually linked in yesterday's description if you want to see that. There's the guy makes this, and has it working better than I do, to be honest. So if you want to see this getting made, I'm in creative, aren't I? For God's sake. Turn creative mode off. Thank you. Now go to recipe mode. Thank you. He's got 6 of these energy injectors. So I don't know what the minimum is. I'd be tempted to try it just with 2, just to see what the bare minimum is. So you could have 1 cluster, and when I build the one on the main server there, I'm going to try it with 2 of these at first, running off 1 IDSU, and so all this will just be casings then. So that means using a hell of a lot more chrome for the casings anyway. And as you gradually build this thing up, you'd end up with loads of spare casings, but that's the way Greg seems to want it. So yeah, there's a little. So that's one running. It's actually used up all the deuterium and tritium. So I'll put 64 more in there, and I'll put 64 more in there. You see that I'll start using this up. It's not actually storing any because it's using it as it goes. So that's kind of how it all works. You see that was up a bit high and it's going up again now. Look. So yeah, I don't think there's any real point in making this unless you just want to do it for fun. You could, I mean, it's a lot of work and a lot of resources. It's a very end game thing. I think just for the sake of doing it, I don't think it's at all reasonable to do this if you had to do this for power. There's a lot easier ways of creating power, but if you wanted to have a really cool fusion reactor plant, it's probably worth doing once you're at end game, just for fun. So I'm going to go back to the Let's Play world, and I've started prepping some bits to make this. Let's sleep so we don't get attacked by spiders on the roof making irritating noises. God damn it, spiders. And hell of a lot of prep stuff I've been doing. So if you're looking here, I've got 128 chrome plates, 128 titanium plates, 32 steel machine hulls. So that's the first thing I'm going to be making. Oops. That's for these things. I forgot what they're called. I've done that again. What am I doing, idiot? And I also need to start making them. Okay, so 32 highly advanced machine blocks we also need what are these called, iridium neutron reflectors. We need 32 of these. So there should, I shouldn't have done that. That's going to spill, I believe that's going to start spilling industrial TNT all over. We try and make too many plates at once. That's going to try and make 32 plates. Well, hopefully he'll do them one at a time, so that might be alright. I'll leave that, I'll keep an eye on that. What we're making here is fusion coils. Have I got a fusion coil recipe in here? I have. So there's the 32 of them. Hell of a lot of stuff going on. It needs loads of shit. So we're going to need superconductors. We're going to need 64, 128, and then 30, 60, 90, another 96. We're going to need a shit ton of energy flow circuits, which that's what these are about. I still haven't got enough of them though. That's working away slowly as it goes, making 128 of the circuits. So this ain't going to get done for quite a while, but like I say, it takes a hell of a lot of prep, and this is just to make the fusion coils. Once we've got that ring of fusion coils, it still ain't going to do anything. So I'll be back in a bit once some more of this stuff's prepped and made. Episode's going to be late because this thing just takes too long. So yeah, back in a bit. Okay, I'm back, and this is going to take hours. If I wait for this, then I'm not going to get an episode out till tomorrow. So I'm going to have to do something else for this episode. There's not a lot else I've been planning on doing, to be honest. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. First of all, there was a nice comment on a video yesterday. On this thing, it was searching whenever I typed a letter. I've changed it. There's a client-side config you can change to stop the auto searching that. So now if I want to search something in there, I've actually got to click on that search terminal. So now I can actually mouse over things and see what it goes into by pressing U, for example. Oops. I'll click out of there, of course. So if I can press U over my iridium, it'll show me what's in there, show me what it goes into, stuff like that. So that's on the configs. I should have checked before I came back on who told me that, but it's a very useful tip. Thank you very much. Who the hell was it? I'm sorry, but you know you are. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk about the update. The update's getting pretty close. There's a couple of Google Docs that are following the progression of the mods to the 1.5 version. I believe from reading forum posts, Slowpoke, one of the main FTB guys who streams, is actually streaming the beta pack 1.51, or he was yesterday. So he's testing that, make sure it's all okay. So that's looking good. There's going to be some things different. There looks like a couple of mods that are not updating. Looks like Soul Shards might not be updating. The Soul Shards modder, Shadow Dragon, has not been active on his thread for a long time. He actually made a post yesterday, but it had nothing to do with updating. So it looks like Soul Shards might not be updating, unless anyone else knows different. I've not seen anything that says it is. Xeno's Reliquary, that doesn't seem to have any Xenophobe, the guy who makes that, I think he made the original equivalent exchange as well. That doesn't seem to be updating either, so Xeno's Reliquary might not be in the next version. I think the Beta Ultimate 1.5 pack's not going to have Red Power 2 in it, but I reckon it'll have Weld Gen, because the Weld Gen's already done, I believe, and I'm pretty sure that Red Power will be coming back into the actual proper version of the 1.5 Ultimate. It'll probably be 1.6 by then anyway. So I reckon the Weld Gen will be in there, but Red Power 2. So we'll get rid of them 3 mods that are probably not going to be in the beta, but may end up being in the proper version when that comes. If Soul Shards and Xeno's Reliquary actually get updated. There's a couple of other mods that are looking a little bit debatable. I can't find any update on Wireless Redstone Chicken Bones Edition. Does that totally depend on Red Power now? I thought that had a version that worked without Red Power, and it switched to Red Power recipes if Red Power was installed. So I'm not sure what Chicken Bones is doing with that. Zycraft isn't working fully. If you watch Direwolf's channel, you see that Soren's having issues on the Forgecraft 2 server, which looks like it's pretty up to date, and that's running 1.5. So if Zycraft's not working properly on there yet, then obviously that's why we ain't got it. What else is the modular force field system? Now there's 2 modders doing this now. The original modder has handed the project off, and I believe the people doing Universal Electricity took it on, a person called Calclavia, possibly, something like that. And apparently some people don't like the way the mod's going. Possibly the guy who's the original modder, I forgot his name. Not Thunderdark, was it? I can't remember. So there's also another team doing a different version of MFFS that's not part of Universal Electricity. So I'm not sure which version Feed the Beast's going to go with, but there's someone whose name begins with M, and they're working with Sage, and I think I've seen Sage on the Forgecraft server on Direwolf's channel before, so I think he's part of Forgecraft. He's part of the Forge team, I guess. So they're doing a version that's going to be more like the version that we've got now, and the Universal Electricity version. Apparently they're taking that in quite a different direction than the mod was when they took over it, if you will. So there's going to be 2 versions of that. Not sure which one we'll get. We might even get both. I don't know. I guess they're both using the same name, which might be awkward. I'm sure there's some kind of drama and politics going on regarding all that, but who knows? What else? I think they're the main mods that's holding things back at the minute. I don't think Railcraft's quite finished. A lot of the other stuff's finished. Like I said, there's 2 spreadsheets. They're both running in the high 80%. The 2 spreadsheets that are tracking how things are done. But if you take away the mods that look like they're not even going to get updated, then you can put them high 80s into the 90%, and we're pretty close for a beta version at least of 1.5. Now Slowpoke said that he was going to release it either Monday just gone or next Monday. So we didn't get it this Monday, so it looks like it's going to be next Monday. So I think they're holding the pack back for almost a full week still. So we might get some more updates in that time, but I don't know. It looks like, I think, to me anyway, it looks like we've pretty much got all we're going to get. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. Is he gone down there? Oh, look at that, my force field's on. I don't know why that keeps turning on. I'm pretty sure I've turned that off. I don't know if resetting the server turns it on. I reset the server. Oh, I turned my PC off last night, so I had to turn the server back on this morning. So, and this, you need to be aware of that if you've done a weld download. I think resetting the server, if you've played on a server, turns that back off. Make sure I've got plenty of Forcisium left, because I'm using force power quite a lot. And down with 25k, so that's not really going down much at all, I don't think. That's quite cool. I'm also crafting various things here. Tin dust, a good idea from someone, I think it might have been Skegfast. To make sure I've got tin dust for making them neutron plates, I'm having to disable this so it doesn't pull the tin dust back into ingots, so the tin dust can get processed through there. There we've got tin dust. So I'm actually turning ingots back into tin dust. I could have I could have used thermal expansion, used the pulverizer, because pulverized dust is obviously different to that kind of dust. So pulverized tin, I mean, is different to tin dust. So the recipe that I've made to make these neutron reflectors, so we've got one iridium up to now. It's going to take a lot of doing. The recipe I've used a tin dust, but you could have used the pulverized tin. What else is going on in here? I started making another assembly table. I'm going to leave that one there, slowly working away. I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to give it all these upgrades that this guy's got, and I'm going to put it there just to see how fast we can make it go, and give it its own power source there. So I might as well do that while I'm talking, and we'll see how we get on. So what's the damn thing called? It's called... I just run out of rubber, by the way. It's something I've not had to bother with for ages, but I'm making a load of lapotron crystals and missing rubber. So I just made another centrifuge here. That one's processing quite a lot of stuff, and that's full. These are all actively coming into there, like my oil and stuff. Speaking of oil, how's that doing? That's doing fine. So I just made another centrifuge real quick. These are real cheap to make, and this one's just pulling propolis in. And centrifuging propolis turns it into sticky resin. My network here exports sticky resin into the main ME network upstairs. So that's getting me my recycler. Where's my... there it is. So this should be getting fed sticky resin. There you go. Every time that centrifuge works. So I'm getting rubber now, and I think I had about 3,000 in there. I've not had to look at it for quite a while. And making all these lapotron crystals. Obviously now, because lapotron crystals cannot use the redstone chipsets that they previously used, I'm having to use electronic circuits which use rubber and copper. So that's burning from my rubber and copper quite significantly. So I'm down to 13k copper, which I had about 30k. So this could be an issue. I might have to start getting another source of copper, possibly by centrifuging lava or something. So things you need to be aware of. The redstone chipset change is quite significant, I found anyway. Before, each normal circuit was one with the redstone chipsets, one gold, one redstone, cheap. It had extra power, and time was the extra factors of using the assembly table. But resource wise, it was just one gold, one redstone. Now each circuit is obviously rubber, copper, iron and redstone, so it's significantly heavier on resources, having to make normal chips. If we look at a lapotron crystal, there we go. Lapotron crystal, it takes 2 circuits there. I said before, the redstone chipsets were a lot cheaper, so this is a lot heavier now with this version of GregTech. Miles more resources. Right, assembly. Oops. Assembly machine, so 4 circuits, 3 refined iron plates and a piston. Okay, well, I'm not going to get the circuits because I think that's taking them whenever it can get them. So anytime I try and make a circuit, we're waiting on that. So I'm going to have to wait around for that a bit anyway. So, damn slow thing. I need some circuit. I could manually make some, I guess. I could just pinch some from there by cancelling that. So I've only made one of these up to now. It's just been running for like half an hour. It's only made one. I put in 32 it's trying to make there. Oh, there we go. That's just made the second one. So this is all the shit it's got to process each time it wants to make one of these. Really heavy. Really heavy crafting just to get a fusion reactor. Really not worth it. I'm starting to think it's really not worth doing unless you're just bored. You bed everything else. You've got nothing else to make. By the time you can make a fusion reactor, you've got no need for the power that one can put out, because you need so much power to get enough resource throughput to actually make the thing. So it's a bit of a zero-sum game, I think. Now, I'm going to cut again for a bit. I'm going to get some more materials together so I can make another one of these assembling machines, and I'm going to use the upgrades. I'm going to overclock it and stuff, see how quick it goes. So back in a bit. Okay, I'm back again, and it was Kevin who gave me the recommendation for switching the client for the search thing here, so thank you very much, Kevin. I just looked at my comments and I saw also that Russ asked how I was doing the auto crafting on redstone energy cells, so I'm just going to show that really quick. I've got patterns in here for the energy cell frame there, and there's a pattern for the assembling the filled frame. So there's two parts of it. So that's just a straightforward craft pattern, and that bit's just a straightforward craft pattern. But of course you need to fill the frame with redstone. So that's the intermediate bit. So the way I set that up was down here. I think I've showed this before, but I'm just going to go through it again really quick. Down here I've got a ME interface. In there it's got the full energy cell frame, and that uses one empty frame and 40 redstone. The ME interface puts things into these two manufactory routers. They route either the frame or the redstone into the correct machine here. So obviously the redstone goes into the magma crucible, and the frame goes into liquid transposer, and then the import bus pulls it back into the system. So that's how the auto crafting that's achieved. Pretty straightforward actually. These routers are quite nice, just like a diamond pipe really. So you can see there, black is down, see red is this way. So I've got them things going red, so they're going to the next router, and then they go down. So pretty much I'm putting ender pearls or redstone into the magma crucible, and I'm putting frames and conduits into liquid transposer. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, cool. I've made the bits I need to make another assembling machine. There it goes. Avengers assemble. So now I need to upgrade this. So I'm going to upgrade this with 4 overclockers. We can also craft these. I'm going to have 4 of them guys. That might take a little bit of time to make. Oh no, it's pretty quick. There we go. And we're going to need 2 transformer upgrades, so that this guy will run off 512. That's taking a little bit longer. Okay, what we're waiting for there. We're just waiting for refined iron to cook by the look of it. There we go. Tran 2 of them. Excellent. So now don't know if this is going to work, don't know if it's going to need any storage capacity. There you go, I've put 4 overclockers in there and 2 transformer upgrades. So if you look in there you can't tell, nothing's changed, but if we break it again, if you look at it now, there's 4 overclocker upgrades, 2 transformer upgrades. So let's get rid of that for now and put this down here, and we'll see how fast this runs and see what it's capable of. Now what have I been making in there? Still making them guys. Okay, let's take them out and see how much quicker they run in here, if they run at all. So significantly quicker, as you can see. Let's get our EU reader out though and see how much power that's pulling. That's pulling a straight 512. That's alright. That's all it can pull, that's why. It's taking the capacity of that, so I don't know if this is going to run out of power. I don't know how much that's requesting. So it's in, out, in, 0. I still never understand how this thing works. So looks like you really need to upgrade one of these assembly machines to make it run at any kind of decent pace. That's quite cool. Now I've got that going, I can get the energy flow circuits. I can get them crafting, they'll go to the other one. So let's start crafting 64 of them. And the right things should have gone into it. Yep, 64 of them. And it'll keep sending Lapotron crystals. I've had a lot of Lapotron crystals. I'm going to have to revisit whether or not it's cheaper to use the iridium recipe now, because I've got a lot of iridium. As you can see, I've got 4,000 nuggets there. Let's have a look at that energy flow circuit. There it is. So the version I've been using is this, the Elite Circuit board, which is a platinum and advanced circuit and a Lapotron crystal. Or I could use that, and we'll use half the amount of Lapotron crystals there. Still use this for advanced circuits. Half the amount of Lapotron crystals. But uses tungsten. It's probably still cheaper, I think, to use this one. I'll do a little bit of more working out off camera. Anyway, so we've got a faster way of making this stuff, even though I'm just going to be doing it manually for now. That's certainly noticeably quicker. And that guy'll keep it powered, hopefully. Who knows? Who knows? I'll keep an eye on that. So for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I'm going to call it a day there for this episode. I think I'm going to go play with my Farmcraft tower next episode while we get loads more stuff ready for that bastard thing. So, yep, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope it was entertaining and I wasn't just boring you by babbling. And I hope you join me next time. Cheers. Bye.